Okay, in this lesson we take a look at adding some skin detail to the face and the hands, and then we'll take a quick look at how to go about texturing them with just colors, no textures. So I put the wax shader back on it because it just shows the detailing a little bit better. And if you press comma, it brings up the spotlight, and you can, under alphas, there's all these wonderful alphas the ZBrush guys have supplied us with. You can download some yourself and put them in there if you want, but for this tutorial I just thought we use the standard ones. As you can see, we use drag rectangle which allows us to just drag it on and make it as big as we want, and we can rotate it while we bring it on, and with control you can push it down, so you can quickly drag on detail, as you can see, and small, big, over each other. Sometimes don't use control, so they stick out, and before you know it, you've got quite a bit of detail. And it's important that you vary the alphas, because otherwise you're just using the same thing over and over, and even though you're scaling it, rotating it, putting it in different places, you will still see that. So I am not using too many here, but if you would make a face which could be close up, you would definitely have more alphas. I just erased the color of the wax shader because it was hard to see. Yeah, I'm not using too much, and I'm not concentrating. I'm not doing too much about the face, because it's going to be far away, and we're not going to see all that detail. So I am making all these this skin detail on it, so I can use it for texturing, and that will be in the next lesson. I'll concentrate on showing you how to do texturing, but I'll start on that with in this lesson when I work on the hands. Okay, another alpha is this one, which has a bit more. It's a bit more for little skin folds, little wrinkles, but you can use it big as well, as you can see here on the forehead, and just go around the face rather quickly. I didn't sculpt in any big wrinkles. You should definitely, if you want big wrinkles, you should sculpt them in, but this guy just turned out to be, I don't know, he just became a bit smooth, a little bit Asian. He's based on me, so hey, and I'm Dutch, so I don't know, it just happened that way. I didn't really plan it. And even though it's very, very rough and there's way too much detail in there, it'll, it looks better. It just breaks up the speck, which is really important, because otherwise it just feels like a computer generated image. And even though we love computer generated images, we don't want anything to look like it. So also maybe a little bit detail on the lips. Just drag them on there. Drag rectangle is really good for it, and then you can just smooth it out a little bit. Maybe a little bit too much. But still, for a few minutes work, that's fine. So let's move on to the hands. They're a bit too Ken or Barbie-like for me, so we're going to use the same technique and just just go around and work on the knuckles and the joints and just the overall skin of it. It's a little bit rough, so I need to subdivide it, which I just do with Ctrl D and just add a subdivision. It just you know, if you see a low resolution, if you see your see that the stuff you do is very blocky, then the resolution is too low. Again, varying that that alpha all the time, and just adding skin detail. And these hands are by no means a masterpiece, but for, again, I've said it a lot of times now, for doing what we're doing, we're working to scope, so we're working to an image where the hands are pretty far away, so, and they look good from that angle, so that is fine. It's not cheating, it's just making sure that you meet your deadline. It's wonderful if it looks great from all sides, but you know, if it's not necessary, then why would you spend time on it? Okay, now we switch to the Dam Standard brush, which is a lovely brush, and it creates ridges, as you can see, which is you can just add some extra details which are not generated by texture, and you know, you might just get that extra little bit, and it's a really good brush. You should definitely use it. It's just in your brush menu. Okay, well, just going around a bit. Don't make the brush size too big, because you might, like I'm doing here. I think I went back there later and clean it up a bit. As I'm doing this, it is, yeah, I'm concentrating a bit too much on the small details, so should be good for now. Not a masterpiece, but fine for what we want. The other hands I've done as well, and let me show you how I would go about texturing this. There's a lot of masking options these days in ZBrush, and one of them is peaks and valleys, which is usually gives interesting results, but in this case, even after tinkering with settings a bit, it's not really what I want. But another one, which is also really nice, is by cavity, and mask by cavity works really nice, and just all that stuff I just sculpted in just get masked out, and which allows you to just paint color and not have anything. You can turn off the mask so you can't see it, so you're not painting in the recesses or in the cavities, and that's really nice. Just make sure you don't use that horrible color I just used. And the way I usually go about this, and I'll show that more with the face, is just paint some random colors, and then later just softly touch it up with one color, and then all the colors come through, and they create this you know, this sort of skin. You create the illusion of something happening under the skin, even though it's just one texture. You know, we're not doing any subsurface scatter or any intricate maps here. That's works well enough for this. You know, we're not rendering a Pixar movie here, even though we want to. So if you reverse your selection, then you can paint inside the recesses, which gives a really nice result because they pop out. And well, I'm going to continue this in the next lesson, and then we're going to continue on the face, and I'll do some extra work myself in between because this is a bit weird with the colors. Alright, see you guys in the next lesson.